people, and welcome to Through a Different Lens podcast. I'm your co-host, Joe.
Your co-host, Jacob.
Yes, my brother. How we doing? Obviously, Deji can't be here today.
Yes.
But he should be back next week, or else.
Yeah.
What are you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, man, all good. Busy week as usual, but it's good to be busy.
Yeah.
Valentine's week, so
Hey, yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's taken over some time. Obviously, I did Valentine's yesterday.
Yeah. No, it's today.
Yeah, I did it yesterday, so I did last night. So yeah, that was good. Nice little restaurant. I think it's better to do it the day before, so you don't get crowded up in.
Very true. Actually.
Yeah, everything that's going on today and all the lastminute.com people really.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, been a good week, and yeah, hopefully leads on to a better one. So yeah, I'm all good in terms of that. How's things with you?
Not too bad. And obviously no midweek game for you this week, innit?
Yeah, first time in a long time.
So a little bit of rest.
Yes.
Because usually you'll be like, can't do Tuesday, got a game, but yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, but we got no midweek, but it doesn't get any slower because we got Saturday, Monday, and then we're hoping the league cancel the game against Weymouth before the FA Cup game, but it hasn't been cancelled yet. You got Saturday, Monday this weekend. And then Saturday, Monday next weekend.
School.
Yeah, so
obviously the following weekend we're hoping that at least the league will either push your game to Friday, or just not
scrap
play the game because of that big one, Coventry in the FA Cup fifth round.
Yes.
Yeah, fifth round away on Monday the 26th. So it's on ITV. I think ITV4. So you lot better be watching. I shall be in Coventry that day. I think I'm working up north and I'll make my way. But yes, I will be there. Deji said he will be there as well.
Yes.
We can't. No. Hey, that one was doing serious prayers. No tires, nothing. nothing messing that one up.
Yes.
My week's been pretty sweet. Can't complain as usual. Might sound basic, but it's true. You give God thanks regardless. Do you know what I mean? Good or bad, but mine's all good. Pretty chilled. Obviously, didn't have the stress of running around for Valentine's like you or maybe Deji. Yeah. Obviously, I'm just here. Let's just put it there. I'm here in this seat, in this vicinity. I'm here. But
that means he's ready.
Whoa.
He said he's here, so if you're watching,
I'm ready to pod. That's what I'm ready for. I'm ready for more podcasting. But yeah, other than that, trying to obviously came to your game on the weekend. This weekend just went. You faced up versus Hemel, and my boy Josh is at Hemel as well. They managed to get a 96-minute equaliser.
Yes,
I think.
Yeah, it probably
95th or 96 on the clock watch or something like that. Or was it before that?
Around that, but it was just because of the 10-minute delay because of the concussion. So that's probably why we didn't.
Oh yeah, how do you know how that Hemel was? I forgot to ask Josh.
No, I don't know how he is, but he was walking before they sat him down and laid him down. So he wasn't in the worst space, but it was a serious concussion.
No, but I think like me and my boy that went to the game, we thought it's those ones where he was out of it. That's why he had to go down.
Yeah. But I think it was just because they were trying to carry him off and they realized how serious it was.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Put him down so he can do all the checks because you don't want anyone just walking into the change room and the next thing you know, they've collapsed in the change room and
so, it was a long time.
Yeah, so that added to a 10. They added on 10 minutes, but it was really like 15 to 18 minutes.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah, it was a long one, but hopefully he's all good and well, and it was a deserved draw probably from the game in the end.
Yeah, I mean, second half you lot was so passive, it wasn't what I expected having watched you lot in one or two other games. So, but hey, some games you live and you learn. That's football. That's sport. It's like that. You get me. But yeah, just wanted to kick off on an interesting flex. Obviously, I was saying when was the Grammys was last Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was like, anyway, briefly telling you and Deji about it last week, but I was like, do you know what? Let me save this for here. My little story or something like that. But anyway, so obviously I've gone on Instagram. Actually, let me do a backstory.
Yeah.
So last summer in Miami, I think it was either the day before we were leaving or the day we were leaving. I can't remember. Me and one of my boys, we were just walking around in the morning and we was like, let's go get somewhere to eat breakfast, blah, blah, blah. So we've just randomly stopped one brother. We were like, yo, good breakfast spot, blah blah blah. And from what I remember him saying is like he was visiting a friend. He's obviously been Miami a few times, so he was going to his normal spot or whatever. So he's like, and then you lot come and join me. So we've gone to the restaurant now. The restaurant's closed. We're walking around. We've gone to like some sort of a mini food mall.
Right,
you know those ones,
the
just
ones in
like on the
America.
street.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we're not really feeling anything here. And then we're just walking, and I just remember it was scorching hot that morning. As you know, Miami weather
will do
could
that to you.
go there or there. And then we've just ended up by Joe and the Juice, and obviously Joe and the Juice is a branch around the world and stuff. And we were like, at this point, we were really hungry. And as soon as we stepped in, we were like, the AC is fantastic. We're utilizing it and stuff. So it was like, let's just get a quick bite here. And then, so he sat down with us, we ate, we chopped it up, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, Mandem vibe easily in that sense. Not saying you girls don't. But we were just, he's like, how come you lot are here? What do you lot do? And vice versa, etc. So when he's told us, he's like, this is, I might be paraphrasing or just what I fully remember at the time, is him saying he does music and he likes to chef it up as well, like cook it up and stuff. So we're like, all right, cool, fair enough. But he didn't really go into depth with the music side, innit?
Right, he just said music.
And because of America, there's countless amount of artists.
Everyone does music.
Bro, there could be an artist that's got 1 million followers that we don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Or, sorry,
because their city loves them. Yeah.
So, obviously, like you're saying, state or cities, etc., blah, blah, blah. So we're like, okay. So we exchanged Instagrams with him. I was like, yo, when you come London, hit me up. Blah, we'll chop it up, blah, 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 etc. And then, fast forward now to last Monday. I'm just checking my story feed on Instagram, and I see his first post was him and his boys at the Grammys, innit?
Right.
So I was thinking, all right, cool, you've gone like to watch it, etc.
Yeah, you're in the crowd.
Yeah, you're in the crowd and stuff, because that was just my first glance. I didn't really know what you're just gonna look at the first story and boom. I've come back to my phone. I think I went to might have gone to toilet and work or whatever. I was like, and his story was quite long, and he doesn't post that much in it.
Right.
So I was like, let me go back to his story. The next couple slides or whatever, the next couple posts, he's just getting congratulations. And I'm like, huh? Bearing in mind, he's like, his Instagram's just a normal Instagram. It's like us, a normal Instagram, which is completely fine as well.
Probably the best way to be.
Yeah. 100%. And there's like nothing mad in his bio. And I just remember going on to his one of his posts, because I think only one post has him like rapping in it. Because I actually forgot what kind of music he stated or whatever. Yeah. And he's got like a good rap flow, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just seeing congratulations, Grammy Award winner. And I was like, huh? I was like, what the hell? And then like couple hours later in the day, it's mad because I was going to send it to my boy Brad, because it was me and him that went out to eat. And I was going to send it to him. I was like, no, Brad's going to see this at some point during the day and he's going to message me. Brad messaged me about 3-4 hours later. He's like, what the hell? He's like, he kept that quiet. And we're like, we don't even fully know what it is, innit?
Yeah.
And then as further posts have gone along the day, etc., that he's reposting from other people, one of them just happened to be one of his posts, actually, I think, that he put up was I think they were on stage with Julian Marley, one of Bob Marley's sons. Yeah. So I was like, okay, what are you now? I really want to know what you do, innit? Because Julian Marley and someone else, Anateus or something like that, they won best reggae album at the Grammys for last year.
Right.
Or for 2020, I think 2023 anyway. So I was like, nah, this is nuts. Then finally, was it that same day also? I don't think I'd seen it that same day. I just thought, because I think I'd seen you guys the following day or 2 days after or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I got to view his profile again. I think after I briefly like just said it to you guys, but obviously we started recording. I think I came home that night or the day after. I was like, nah, I need to go back on his profile. And he's updated his bio now. It's like Grammy Award winning songwriter.
Okay.
So I've sent it to Brad now. I was like, Brad, we're brethren with a Grammy Award winning songwriter. Whether the story's interesting or not, but I was like, throughout the whole of last week, especially as it was Monday, I just remember, it's like, yo, this is giving man some next energy. I don't know why. And obviously, big congratulations to him. His name's Corey. So Corey, if you do see this,
yeah, big up yourself.
Big up yourself, big time, bro. Grammy Award and his songwriter.
Congratulations,
bro. Yeah. I was like, I'm shouting out from the rooftops. Don't care who though. I remember telling one of my colleagues in work, like at the time, I was like, someone I met in Miami, like he's a Grammy Award winner. I don't know what, but he's a Grammy Award winner. And I was like, I don't think there's a lot of people that know
Grammy Award winners
from where we're from and stuff, like in
not.
the UK especially. And then it's just like the picture with the actual Grammy Award.
Yeah, it's madness. It's the one I saw the picture because you showed it to us when he was standing there.
Yeah, I was like, but at that point I still didn't know what he was doing and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, the one, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Two, like, bro, shoot for the stars. I'm saying that generically in the sense that I don't know what motivation is giving me, but it's giving me some motivation.
And you also never know what talking to a stranger can bring.
Exactly. That is... Networking is very good.
Yeah.
So like, know. Especially when I go like abroad, for instance, or I'd say other cities, but more so abroad. I generally don't mind speaking to like locals and stuff like that. It's like, bro, one, understand their way of living, culture, etc.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, I've said it to you previously when I came back, I feel like Miami natives or people from like Florida, Miami, they're different to other states.
Yeah.
In terms of like, they come across more chilled.
Yeah. They're welcoming.
Yeah.
A lot of the US citizens, everywhere I've been in the US, people like to talk. You see when they're getting a lift.
Yeah.
They want to speak to you. They actually want to have a conversation. Whereas
lifts, Uber, another Uber version, by the way.
And even if you get in an elevator.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. But you get an elevator, they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you get an elevator in England, you're just like, you stand there, you're looking at the thing.
I'd say more in London.
Yeah.
Because London's so like fast paced.
Yeah.
You see non-Londoners, they say when they come to London, etc. Blah blah blah. Right. So,
but when you're in when I've been in the US, been in lifts in Houston and that sort of stuff, and people just want to have conversations, and it's good, it's welcoming, and it's honestly one of those things out there. You can see why people grow to be what they are, because you never know who you're bumping into, and you can actually have a conversation with anyone on any given day. Yeah. And you never know where that can lead you. Yeah,
because the fact that he said, "Oh, come and join me."
Exactly.
So even though we didn't actually go to the restaurant that he was
recommended,
going to, we all end up having breakfast together. Usually, majority of the time is even me. Someone asks me, I'll give them the recommendation. Yeah. Even if I'm going to get something, I'll highly unlikely say, "Oh, come with me." Yeah.
I know he's a serial killer out here as well. So
no, real talk. Real talk. You actually never know. So I was like, boy, yeah, mate. Credit again, big up you, Corey. Grammy Award winning songwriter, as your bio states.
yes.
And even just seeing man go up on the stage, and bro, I was like, this is sick still, isn't it? So yeah, I just wanted to, because I remember I was like, as I told you that I was writing in my notes, I was like, getting ready to write up a thread of my story on Twitter, innit? And I was like, do you know what? Nah, let me save it.
Yeah, save it for the podcast.
Let me save it. Get me? I don't really do story time as much, so it's my little story.
Yeah, man.
This is my story. And the irony, you're going to
watch One Love today, Bob Marley's movie. So yeah. So everything's just linking perfectly.
Interconnection, you get me? Because you literally only stated that to me just as we were about to start. Yeah. So yeah, it was meant to be. The universe was telling us something, bro.
Definitely, man.
Get me? But obviously, moving on to some soccer for our American followers. Get me? Obviously, football. This past weekend, we had the African Cup of Nations finals on Sunday evening, obviously just before the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And yeah, Deji ain't here to join us to drown his sorrows because he's Nigerian. To be fair, I actually wanted Nigeria to win because I kind of followed them throughout the tournament. I was like, yeah, you man, go for it, innit? You get me? Even though they're the noisiest neighbours in West Africa.
Yeah, 110%.
Yeah, it was just... What was your verdict? Or I don't know if you watched the final. Speak about it.
Yeah, I was with the missus, so we sat there and watched it because she's Nigerian, obviously. So, we sat there and watched it. She actually had a watch party at her house.
Fair.
But she came to mine and we watched it at mine.
Fair.
And she was sitting there cussing the players. I was sitting there saying, I was watching thinking, yeah, Nigeria aren't great, boy.
Yeah,
they weren't great at all. It's the worst time to have your worst performance
from their key players as well.
Yeah, like no one really turned up. Their centre half, Kong, he's been their main goal scorer, it seems like, at the tournament.
Joint top scorer with Lookman, I think they're both in with 3, I believe. I might be wrong.
Yeah, and he was the one that's scoring key goals, but they scored against the run of play. Mm-hmm. They didn't really feel like they were ever in the game, even though they scored that goal.
Yeah,
they scored from a set piece. And then Ivory Coast, credit where credit's due, they dominated the whole game.
Yeah.
Literally dominated the whole game, and I was sitting there thinking, yeah, Nigeria, you can't even... You know when you can complain about things, there's nothing you can complain about in this game. You've been outclassed, outshined, dominated in every area of the football pitch.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you just sit back, hold your hands up and say the better team won on the day, but we didn't put out a performance that would allow us to even fight and be in that game. So that's where I was sitting there from that perspective. I was like, yeah, Nigeria, sorry to say it, but you just weren't good enough on the day.
Yeah.
And you kind of, on the day, you need your best players to turn up. And no one turned up.
Yeah. I mean, it was... Because I think I said on last week's episode, it might have been on episode that, I was like, I don't think the pressure will get to Nigeria. But watching the game, it seemed like the occasion got to the players.
Yeah.
Whatever this fly is.
Yeah.
The occasion got to the players.
Yeah, definitely.
Of some sort. And it was just... Whereas Ivory Coast, obviously they had the 12th man in terms of their home crowd. The ref was a bit favourable to them in the first half with certain decisions as well.
Agree. Yeah.
But the spirit that they showed was spirit that they showed since the caretaker or interim manager, whatever you want to call him, came in.
He's now probably the manager now.
Bro, he's a hero for life in Ivory Coast.
They have to give him a job.
Could give him a statue at this rate, but winning a home tournament. And it's just them, they mirrored what they done previous games of just fighting through the games. Because there was not the game, not the semis. I think the quarters, they went behind.
Yeah, they had 10 men.
Yeah, there was another game they had 10 men.
Yeah.
And it's just them fighting through games. Like, them conceding is not a big thing for them.
No, they were down in literally every game in the tournament, apart from the first and the semi-final.
And I believe they're the first team in tournament history, not AFCON history, tournament history, to lose 2 games in a tournament and win the tournament.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, they lost 2
games in their group.
In their group stage.
Yeah, and those last 2 games they lost, yeah.
Because even when it came up to, say, player of the tournament, all that kind of stuff, none of their players were up for anything, really.
No.
Top goal scorer, nothing like that. Do you know what I mean?
Nope.
Because they chopped and changed. And I said this to a couple men. I was like, at the beginning of the tournament, I said Ivory Coast squad-wise, I wouldn't say they're the favourites, but squad-wise, they've got one of the best squads.
Oh, yeah. When looking at the team, I said they've got the best squad in Africa.
Depth-wise.
Yeah, in terms of players they can bring off the bench.
Yeah, because Adingra and Haller didn't play the opening group stage games.
No.
I don't think...
I didn't even know Haller was in the squad.
Yeah.
Until
Adingra,
the
they
called
game. Up, but he was injured.
Yes.
I think the first couple games.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, it's a bit techie, blah, blah, blah. But then take one man out, another man comes in.
Yeah, you have Pepe off the bench.
Literally.
They had Max Gradle.
Gradle's old man, but he knows when to come in. Like, because the first...
they're players. And when you look at the players they have, you think to yourself, man for man, they should always be in those situations where they are...
At the latter stages.
Yeah, when they've ended the competition. But early in the competition, it must have been, now thinking about it, it must have been what the manager was doing. Or do you just know the players weren't playing for him?
But I know, but like, as a player, you won't go to a tournament and not play for someone. These tournaments some of them are once in a lifetime opportunities.
You're right.
Especially a home one.
You're right, but you never know what goes on internally.
Yeah, no.
Team selection, definitely. All of that sort of stuff. And you know when someone might, I'm in and out in that situation, so you know kind of certain things get promised to certain people, then promises aren't fulfilled before you,
especially with our federations.
Yeah, before you come to camp, someone's telling you something. You get to camp, something's completely different.
Yeah.
So when you know the ins and outs of those sort of things, you can understand why someone may be beefing a manager or may not be playing for the manager in that situation. I don't think it's right, because at the end of the day, you're there and you're playing for your nation. Forget what the manager says.
Hence my point.
But it happens, and you know, obviously there's been situations in the past with Ghana. If the money ain't been right, the players ain't playing.
Even Nigeria back in the day.
So there's a lot of underlying issues that we don't know or don't see, or well, we do know and see, but we don't know and see, but it's not public knowledge.
Yeah.
That, you know, can cause a rift within the camp.
Yeah, it was just weird, because like you'd think, on paper selections look fine, innit? And stuff like that, especially from the players that we tend to know, more so the European based players and stuff like that. You'll think, okay, cool. But then obviously the second game they lost to Nigeria in their group stage 1-0. That happened.
Yeah, happens.
That was through a penalty as well.
Yep.
But then the final group game they lost 4-0, right?
Yeah, 4-0 to Guinea.
And everyone's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like that was probably the shock result of the tournament.
Yeah, because their fans thought they were out of the competition at that point. I thought they were out of the competition.
I did. In my group chats, I was saying they're out.
Yeah.
And I actually forgot about like the third. In their case, they're the only ones that I forgot about the third place teams.
Yeah.
For some reason. Because I think because they lost 2 games, I was like,
thinking
they're
they
out.
can't get it.
I was just saying, I can't believe Ivory Coast are out. Oh my days, 4-0, blah blah blah. And then because of you lot, they went through.
Yeah.
If Ghana went through, Ivory Coast would have went home.
But if Ghana had went through, Ghana would have been out next game anyway. So I gotta be honest, it's good that Ivory Coast went through so we could have this story.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, their story's an all-time story in terms of football tournament history, where a manager's got sacked. They've tried to hire a previous manager, didn't bang. Caretaker has to do his first team job, and he wins the tournament.
Yep.
Home tournament.
It's crazy,
bro.
You as you said before, if you were to write a script, you wouldn't have written this one.
When people say sports is scripted, like whatever.
This is AFCON. That AFCON can never be scripted.
One thing, was it my cousin or my sister? The first thing they said when I went Sierra Leone a couple of years ago, they said TIA. And what's TIA? They was like, this is Africa. And I was like,
yeah,
cool.
Yep, it's different.
There we go. So,
it is different.
Yeah, obviously. I think it was more so the disappointing thing was Nigeria's performance.
Oh, it was terrible. I'll be honest, it was terrible.
Yeah.
For a final, you can't turn up like that.
Bro, didn't give Osimhen nothing. Like, literally no scraps, nothing.
Defenders just getting beaten 1v1.
But it's because it was just nuts.
Players playing passes to no one. I was watching thinking...
Yeah.
And you know, my missus comes to watch my game, so she understands what's going on to an extent. When she's shouting at the TV, saying, what are they doing?
Yeah. And
I'm sitting there thinking, boy, they don't usually do this. But...
even in tournament, they've not played great football, but they've been set up so well.
That they've won the game.
Yeah. And the irony, the coach, he's Portuguese, he's Mourinho's best friend.
Okay. Defensive minded.
I was like...
Makes sense.
When Mourinho sent like his good luck before the game, I was like, it makes sense how they've set up all tournament. The first game they set 4 at the back.
Yeah,
they got a draw. It's like, we need to go 5 at the back. Be more compact,
and then
everyone know their role, and just the attacking players do your thing.
Yeah, because most of their goals would come from penalties.
Yeah,
or on the counter attack. Yeah.
So
penalty set pieces. That's a real like defensive team that just score when they need to score, and you can't score.
I was like, Mourinho's bestie. I get it. It
makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, but again, I think because of obviously after we recorded, I was like, Nige. And then Saturday, I think I might have tweeted. I said my head's still Nige, but my heart's gone to Ivory Coast now. Or I said it in one of our comments or something. Yeah. Because Saturday, the Asia Cup final, Qatar hosted it and they won.
Was that a surprise?
Yeah, well, for you.
I told you.
I remember you saying they had 3 penalties.
I told you.
Players got a hat trick.
I told you.
3 pens.
Told you. You see, when they pay for the tournament, they're gonna win.
They're back-to-back
Asian Cup champions.
Asian Cup champions.
Yep.
And I was like, once I saw their result, I was like, my heart is telling me Ivory Coast might do. Not to say any fix or anything, but just that home field. one, I said playing the team twice in the tournament, I feel like it's dangerous.
Yeah, because they know your tendencies. They've now seen you one time. They lost to you. Now it's like, where can we exploit? They can get you and this counter attack. So yeah.
And now Africa's their knockout stages, they're just fighting through games. Whether it's 10 men, extra time, they're fighting.
Yeah,
they're fighting to go through.
They have the players
taking the lead.
Yeah, they have the players and they have that determination.
Exactly.
And you match it up. It's a marriage made in heaven. You're not gonna go wrong with that passion, and you got the home nation behind you. Boy,
obviously that could be the flip side where the extra pressure will come in. But
they fed off it.
Yeah, once they got their first knockout stage win.
Yeah,
it looked like some next oil machine.
Yeah, they were gonna be hard to stop. Once they got through Senegal, it was gonna be a hard. It was gonna be a hard team to stop.
Yeah, no,
and
definitely.
we saw from there.
They didn't look back.
No,
and boom.
Here we are.
Your African Cup of Nation champions.
Yes.
Leading into Morocco, they'll be not the favourites, but obviously the holders. Because next AFCON's Morocco, and that should actually be happening next summer.
Yeah, they said it is next summer.
Yeah, and I think it is going to definitely
next
happen.
Summer,
yeah, because this AFCON was AFCON 23.
Yeah.
Obviously got pushed back 6 months because of weather, but Morocco summer 2025. I hope I can go to a game or two.
Yeah, well, I won't be able to. I'll be Gold Cup.
Yeah. It's Gold Cup next summer.
Gold Cup next summer.
School.
Yeah, so hopefully we qualify for that and then.
Or Gold Cup. Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you know where it's hosted?
US.
Is it always hosted in US?
Yeah, US and Mexico. So it's between the two. US, Mexico, Canada, because it's where the stadiums are and the mainstay.
And then Mexico's got a few games and Canada's got one, I believe, for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Which is the year after.
Yes.
Is it 2026?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
So, yeah, Gold Cup's always held in the US and you just travel around it. So it's quite good because we were in Houston the first time and then Houston for 2 games and we flew to Orlando for another game.
Where was your base? Well, I feel like it was Dallas. Am I wrong?
Our base was in Houston.
Okay, yeah.
And then we played in Houston.
Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Dallas.
Base was Texas and then we moved base. Then obviously we moved via the game that we played. And if we qualified this time, we were going to go to Toronto, New York, and then to Dallas. So you're really all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gold Cup is a good one. So yeah, if next year we're in it, hopefully we qualify.
Yeah.
We should
that'd be sick.
Yeah, so
that would be sick. And is there qualifiers for it this summer?
No, we're in World Cup qualifiers this summer.
Yeah.
Fair. So World Cup qualifiers start in March for most Caribbean nations, but because we were at the top last year in terms of being in League A, we go into the fixtures in June.
Okay.
So yeah, our fixtures June 5th, I believe they start. We got Costa Rica, Trinidad. No, we got 4, but we're playing Costa Rica and Trinidad.
4 in the summer?
Yeah.
Jeez, fair play.
So,
damn, homie.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Won't be podding them times. Well, I might be doing match after match analysis.
Who knows? Trust. Do a
Draymond Green.
Do a special. Start calling other players trash and that. What a guy.
Man.
Oh, my days. But yeah, I think I'll just think when you said Draymond Green, I was like, I've not got NFL, NBA next, but NBA is All-Star weekend. That's what it was. Draymond Green, he discombobulates me, bro. He's a loose cannon. I've said it many a times, bro. It's because I was just watching his video yesterday when he's getting at Nurkic and KD.
Yeah.
And then
boy.
Yeah, boy. What a guy.
What a guy. The Warriors are on a tear right now, you know.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, we're actually picking up some results after I wanted people to get traded.
5 straight wins, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see it come out today? Woj said that the Warriors tried to go for LeBron.
Yes.
I said, you cheeky motherfuckers. Yeah. I respect it though, but you cheeky motherfuckers.
I see. And then he also Philly tried to go for him as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Daryl Morey phoned Rob Pelinka and asked, and Rob Pelinka said, is Joel Embiid up?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I only saw the Warriors one.
Yeah, so the Warriors asked because Draymond Green asked.
Yeah.
Draymond asked, and also Philly came in because obviously they felt that he was unsatisfied because of his tweet of the hourglass.
And obviously because he defended Embiid when he got hurt.
Yes.
Like getting at the media and stuff like that. So maybe.
Yeah.
Daryl Morey thought, let me shoot my shot.
But the last place LeBron's gonna be is in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of if Embiid's fully healthy and if he was to go there,
it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but
I'm just talking about the city, the way he wants to live his life. You get what I mean?
That's why I don't see him leaving the Lakers this summer.
No. The only place I could see if Golden State came in and said, yeah, cool, because San Fran's not far from LA.
Yeah.
But when you're going to Philly, you're going to another. It's like going back to Cleveland.
Yeah, effectively.
So
with just more hassle, because we know what Philly fans are like in the NBA and the NFL.
Exactly. So
they're rowdy as hell, bro.
If you don't win that day, you win a championship that day, even though you can't win a championship that day,
mate.
You'll be hearing it.
Yeah. So yeah, because obviously a lot of the talk, before the trade deadline, obviously that's gone. That LeBron, where he may potentially go, because he can go this summer and stuff like that coming up. But
that would have depended on if Bronny was coming out, right?
No, this summer he can actually not opt in for.
Oh, so he can opt out and go wherever he wants.
Yeah. Because I think the extension he signed is a player option extension to opt out.
Right,
so
right.
Something along those lines, but he can definitely choose where he wants to go. And then the talk was about whether a team will pay him that $50 million. Whereas we know the Lakers more or less will, because for them he's bringing a whole lot of shebang in it. So.
Yes.
But I mean, living in LA, I think he's fully content there.
Yeah, I don't see where else he goes unless the only place you go from there is the Knicks.
Yeah.
If you want the same like size wise, garner as much attention, I think the only place you go to garner probably more attention, the media capital of the world, New York City. So
the mecca of basketball.
Yeah, but I don't see him going to New York. It's too cold. He's enjoyed Miami. He's enjoyed LA.
Yeah. He's from Cleveland. He knows what it's like.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to go back to that once you've been living in shorts and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, no, for real. Soft life.
Yes.
Because that shit matters, man. Especially when you get older as an athlete.
Oh, 100%. The heat compared to the cold weather.
Acclimatize for your body as well. Like, yes, the recovery is going to be extra longer in the cold, all that jazz. Yeah. As much money as you've got still.
You'd rather live in a place that your family are also settled in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So... But yeah, obviously we've got All-Star Weekend coming up.
Yes, we do.
I can just run through these selections and see if there's anything that triggers you. Obviously, the Western Conference starters are LeBron, the current NBA champ Nikola Jokic, arguably the best basketball player in the world right now, Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic, and SGA, my guy. He was my guy from way back. Deji's got the receipts. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes.
He's top 3 in MVP, I think, when I saw the MVP ladder the other day.
I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it right now, the way he's been playing, the way OKC have been playing. Definitely.
Because I was second in the West, or the top 3 in the West keep on interchanging at the moment. So
it's that one win between them. So
I think the Wolves went back top the other day.
Good young teams.
And then the reserves for the Western Conference are Devin Booker, Steph Curry, AD, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Kat, our favourite. Carl Anthony Towns, our favourite clown in the NBA. No, not clown. Great player, but he's a funny man.
Yes.
And obviously, when we first discussed the starters, the reserves weren't announced.
Yeah.
And people were saying where Steph Curry got snubbed, and we briefly spoke about that and stuff. But I think they've got the West more or less right, and I've not really seen no backlash from, especially in the West, from starters and reserves, bar the Curry talk. But I was like, no.
Yeah, I don't think. Honestly, I was the Curry man to say he should be a starter. But honestly, it's an all-star game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you get selected, you get selected. And I feel like there's been no like mistakes.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah, there's been no mistakes. Whereas some years you find, hold on, he's not an all-star and he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like this year we've kind of got it correct in terms of who's there, and
in the West, definitely. I think the East will have maybe one or two, but obviously, again, we spoke last week about the Clippers, their record and stuff, and I think it's deserved having Kawhi definitely. Paul George playing at a very good level as well. James Harden could have potentially got there because, like he said, he is the system.
That's true.
Before he joined, and
now the look was expired.
So. Yeah, we can move on to the East, where we've got Giannis, who's also captaining with LeBron. I think they were captains last year, weren't they?
Yeah, and the year before.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, he's Celtics' best record in the NBA. Joel Embiid, but he's out now due to injury.
Who's it? Ready? They already got the reserve.
They've got the reserve, but I'm not sure who the starter is.
Okay.
And the final two starters are Tyrese Halliburton and Damian Lillard. And this is Dame's first All-Star starter, I believe. Usually he's been a reserve.
He's been in the West. It's just like it's like the NFL.
Yep. Conference, hey, trust me.
It depends on what conference you're in, because obviously the West, he was never going to be in that guard position in the West.
Yeah.
Because Steph Curry was usually the main man.
Yeah.
And then once the upcoming guards came up, Luka, you got obviously.
Yeah.
You got SGA now coming into play. Clay was there at one point.
Luka's numbers were always so good from when he came into the league.
Yeah.
You couldn't deny him.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he had a funneling out to the end of the season, or fizzled out, sorry, I should say. That start or his numbers are just tremendous.
Yeah.
So,
that's
especially for something like this. So,
you know who won in the West? It might not Kyrie Irving.
But I feel like it's because he's missed games.
I understand the reason. I understand the reasoning behind it. It's just him as a player. You don't really want him not to be in that game.
For All-Star game, you want him there. Yeah, it's true. Actually, didn't really think of Kyrie as much.
Yeah,
that would be his bag. And entertainment factor for everyone as well. But the Eastern Conference reserves, you've got Bam Adebayo, Paolo Banchero. On Paolo, last night was the first Magic game that's been televised since he's been in the NBA, and he's been in the NBA for a season and a half now.
Yeah, they've only started. Well,
that was his first televised game last night, and it was only because it was Shaq's jersey retirement.
Yeah. Madness.
I was like, oh, someone said in the comments on Twitter, they said Paolo should deliberately sit out as a FU to Adam Silver.
Yeah, it's true though. You can't have one televised game in a year and a half for a team because of how bad they are.
And he was, when he came out the draft last season before, or the summer before, I should say, wasn't he one of the higher draft picks?
Yeah, he was number 2, number 3.
Yeah, so for a man to not have a televised game all season,
crazy. That's also what plays into All-Star votes, you know.
Yeah,
because if people can't see you, and people are watching, if you don't have like NBA TV or you have like the NBA app where you can keep track of these things, if you're not being seen, how are you meant to get an All-Star vote?
And then obviously in the States, just on the channels
exactly.
itself. So yeah, no, that's very true.
So
but big up Paolo then even more.
Yes,
that didn't even made me think. I was like, raw. Like when seeing his name, I was like, shit, you made a good point there. That he's not even seen, but he's been recognised.
Exactly.
Which is good.
So you know how good he's actually playing.
Exactly. Because the Magic started off really well this season.
Yep.
But yeah, finish off with the reserves in the East. Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, who's had a lot of MVP.
Yeah.
Just shouts in arenas, etc.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the Knicks were away to the other day, and he was getting MVP shout. The Knicks basically filled out that arena. And I just remember seeing a small clip of it. Then he started to get booed because they were overpowering with the MVP. But Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, and then Julius Randle. But he's also out due to injury. So then the replacements are Trae Young and Scotty Barnes. And obviously, I think we might have discussed the Raptors coach saying Scotty Barnes is the face of the league.
Yes,
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did. Do you know that? You know, Trae Young not being there from the start is ridiculous.
So that's the one that I said might have been controversial
because that man is criminally underrated.
But then I think at the time, or because the Hawks, they've only started to pick up real form the last couple of weeks.
I understand.
Their record weren't that great, but like I feel like Trae Young gets so much disrespect, man.
For the stuff he's done in this league,
bro.
It's you know he's taken his team further than Joel Embiid has ever taken his team.
Philly fans, say that again, please.
Trae Young has taken the Atlanta Hawks further than Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, James Harden have ever taken the Philadelphia 76ers.
That is correct.
This is
obviously Embiid's had health issues when it comes to the playoffs, near enough most years or whatever. But if the year that he had Ben Simmons, when the Hawks beat them to get to the
That's the thing, and he was playing with underrated. He was the main man, but the team around him weren't the best.
And he's 5'11".
Yeah, he's so criminally underrated. It's madness.
I don't think it's underrated. I just think he's disrespected.
That's why I say he's underrated because if you don't rate a man that's taken his team, the Atlanta Hawks, to that level, when are you gonna rate him? When he leaves Atlanta? I know Atlanta's not big for basketball like that. It's massive for the Falcons.
Yeah,
but at the same time, come on now.
Yeah.
He's one of the best guards in the NBA.
Bro, he's unreal. Like, he's always one of the high assist makers in the league. I think he led last season all round the final number of assists, not that average or whatever. He's ever present. Like, he might have the odd issue with one coach or here and there, but he shows up. Whether he's scoring at the level you want him to or being as efficient as you want him to.
Yeah.
Like, most of these long range shooters ain't crazy. They're not Steph.
They're not.
Do you know what I mean?
They're not going to be.
Yeah, they're not going to be. But like, he's always showing out.
Yep.
There's some nights he gets stupid hot. When the Warriors played the Hawks a couple of weeks ago, him and Steph were going back to back.
Yep.
And Steph went for, is it 60 that night?
62.
Yeah.
They
lost. And we were like, 62 is a
bad
bad number. Or 60, just staying in that 60 range. Yeah. Obviously, we've had Cat and Devin Booker in 62 and lose, but Trey hit like high 30s or low 40s that night or whatever. I was like, bro, Trey Young, just too disrespected, bruv. That's Ash Trey, bruv. Yeah. He'll go to your arena and quiet you down. He ain't afraid of nobody. Nope. And the Hawks team's never that good. No, and he gets them to the playoffs.
Yeah, he's the mainstay that carries the team all the time. I know they got DeJounte Murray there now as well, which is a nice addition. But it's Trey Young's team, and it's going to be Trey Young's team until it's not. And I feel like if he leaves Atlanta and goes to another market, then you really see what he can do, because he's taken. I don't say not to come to the West. Don't come to the West. Yeah. Stay in the East.
Well, a team that he's been linked with is the Spurs, for him and Wemby to link up.
And that would be a great link up.
But it's just then the West, the powerhouse of the. Yeah. Obviously, for him, it'll become even harder in that aspect.
Right. And but if you want to win, it's not even if you want to win, but if you want to.
If you feel like that's your best chance to compete, then
you got to go
regardless of your opposition, fair enough. Because Wemby could be a generational monster.
Well, after the other night's performance, I'm gonna say
mate, triple-double, including the blocks. Yeah. I think the last person I saw do that was Hassan Whiteside when he first started to come into the league
at the Trailblazers.
Yeah. Oh no, he done that with. Was it the Trailblazers? He done that with. I feel like saying Miami, but it might have been the Trailblazers. I remember watching the game. It might have been Miami, and he got a triple-double, and like he was just a blocking machine when he first came in. But like. Wemby's upscale is nuts.
Yeah.
So if Trey Young's to join them at the Spurs, and we said they need a point guard,
that's all they need.
We said they needed a veteran, but if you're getting Trey Young now,
it's the perfect match. A man that will pass you the ball, he'll create space for you,
and you've got a big man, big man, to cover up for his deficiencies.
Exactly.
On the defensive end. So, but when I started to see those rumors or talks, and I've seen it a few times, I'm like. It'll kind of make sense, especially if the Spurs build like a good squad or just get a few more vets around their team and stuff like that. Got Trey Young leading your offense. He's high in assists. He'll be feeding Wemby, bro.
It'll be It's what Wemby needs, and I think it's what Trey Young. I'm not saying Trey Young needs to be out of that situation at Atlanta, but I feel like it would help him.
Yeah, definitely. So, or because it seems it's got to the point where the Hawks are not going to build a great squad.
Nah, they've maxed out on their potential.
Yeah, like, it just like, all right, what are you going to do next? Like you said, DeJounte Murray's a very good player and stuff, but they need more. Yeah,
it doesn't put you over the edge. That's the thing, and there's only a few difference makers like that in the NBA that put you over the edge.
Exactly.
And you need to go and find out. You either need to go and join them nowadays.
Yeah.
Or they need to come to you.
Yeah, convince them.
Yeah, so, and I say, look, the Spurs, it's probably harder to convince you to go over there. You can probably convince someone to come to Atlanta just for the lifestyle.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're trying to win, the Spurs is the.
In terms of like their organizational background,
the coach,
they know how to build. Even though they've been poor for years, like when they're good, they're really good.
They're on top.
So, and San Antonio obviously is not the same as other parts of Texas, but. Yeah, you're not far from Dallas or
not far from Houston.
If you really want to live, to be fair, I don't know what San Antonio's like, but the perception that's given is that
it's
Houston
real desert.
Dallas are more lively in that sense. So
yeah,
and Texas is just a massive state. But I'm looking forward to the All-Star weekend. Yep. Who won the 3-point contest last season? I feel like saying Cat. Was it last year he won it or the year before?
I don't even remember who won it last year.
Because Cat's won it.
Yeah, he has. That's what Cat won it when they did the big man versus. He has won it though.
Because I feel
he said he's the best 3-point shooter in the NBA.
Yeah.
3-point shooter in the NBA.
Yeah. Cause obviously, I'm looking forward to the Steph Curry versus Sabrina. I don't know how to say her surname.
Yes.
But their competition.
Yeah.
So, because she scored, obviously, slightly different, but her points was the highest in a 3-point contest
ever.
So, yeah. And I see Clay bantering saying, yeah, he's got Sabrina winning that one and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to that shootout.
Yes.
2 proper shooters, one NBA, one WNBA. Probably the 2 best shooters on
either
both
side
the
of
men and women's game. Definitely looking forward to that. Whether I watch the actual All-Star, I always say this and I'll tune in, but it just depends if I need to be in work the next day, etc. All that jazz.
I usually record it and sometimes just slap it on during the next day because it's not anything you need to.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna feel like you missed out. Whereas someone said to me the other day, I think it might have been a colleague in work or something. If I like a big NFL game, I was like, when I stay up late, sacrifice sleep, blah blah blah. Would I record it? And I was like, nah,
you can't.
I need to watch it live.
Yeah,
and
NFL
obviously
is different.
The Chiefs, a lot of their games were primetime games, so I was like,
Sunday night. That means we're watching at 1 a.m.
or Monday morning. I'm like, bro, this NFL season, I lost sleep, and it was so worth it.
Yeah,
I ain't got my ring now, but we're gonna ring, baby. But yeah, just even watching like that. So yeah, All-Star games. Right.
Yeah.
Definitely record that.
Usually, I might not even watch it that day. I'd say, House of Highlights would give you stuff to watch from it, any good plays, but then I watch it properly the next day.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know about the slam dunk competition. Who's competing?
I don't know who's competing in it this year either.
So, I think they've recalled. Is it Matt McClung, the one that won it?
Oh yes.
So,
yeah. Because is he in the G League right now?
Yes. If he still is.
Yeah.
Might be wrong, but yes.
That's what I feel like the dunk contest.
Because no one expected last year's to be good.
No, because we've had the peak was 2016, Zach LaVine versus Aaron Gordon.
No, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was the peak, and then we thought it was back.
Yeah.
And then we realized, hold on, Zach LaVine ain't coming back. Aaron Gordon came back the next year, but he was injured. But you get what I mean. So it didn't have the same feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, we've kind of been going back to where we were before those years.
Yeah, and I think because there was no big names last year, especially but like McClung.
Yeah, he showed up.
He showed up last year, so it's going to be if I can watch Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night usually. Saturday night, yeah. It's just a Sunday All-Star game.
Yeah,
don't really care about.
Yeah, it's true. Probably might wake up for the final quarter.
Yeah, that's the only thing that matters. Yeah.
And then boom, just to see who wins MVP because it's in Indiana this year, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting, and obviously just going on from like awards. Last week just before the Super Bowl, Thursday night, I believe, was the NFL awards.
Yes, it was.
And don't know if you watched anything from it yet.
Nah, I know he won the awards, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I actually I went back on YouTube the following day just to watch all like the segments of the award winners and stuff. And I think Lamar's was the shortest.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, because his one you could watch on TikTok.
Yeah,
it was like super fast.
That's how quick it was.
Yeah, like a minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, he literally went up on stage, thanks, picked up the award, bounced.
Basically,
I was like, that's a man that's not. Obviously, because I'm with the Super Bowl coming up like a couple days after.
You didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
He was thinking that
from going out the round just before or the week before, I should say.
In his head, he's thinking, I was meant to be playing this game.
Yeah.
That's on Sunday, and I'm collecting this award again.
Yeah.
Without actually winning the award that I want to win.
Yeah. At the same time, like we spoke about in episodes ago, you've got to celebrate your wins because the MVP, one, that's what helps you become a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
So he's basically near enough. He's basically sealed it.
Yeah, we know he's going to first ballot. I feel like.
He's basically sealed it. But obviously he wanted the bigger one, the Super Bowl. But at the same time, bro, it's like he had another tremendous season.
Mm-hmm.
It was one vote away from being unanimous. Don't know who voted for Josh Allen. This Josh Allen love fest. Sorry, Deji.
Needs to stop.
Your guy.
It needs to stop.
It needs to stop.
Yeah, it's not.
Obviously, he led the league in total touchdowns, but it's like, bro, he also led the league in total turnovers.
And it doesn't equate to wins the same way.
The only flip side to that is he is the reason why they win.
I understand that, but Lamar's been the main reason why they win.
Yeah.
Because
I'm just saying it in terms of like the love fest. I'm not even comparing him.
I understand.
Comparing him to Lamar. But even on that as well, actually, I've seen a few people say now Lamar's won, this second MVP. He's in the conversation with Burrow and Allen, and I was like,
no, Burrow and Allen aren't in the same conversation with him.
They are, but why is he joining their conversation?
Because he's won 2 MVPs when they haven't won anything. Yeah, boy.
So it's still the little shots at Lamar, you get me? And I'm like, obviously in terms of last weekend, the week before, I can't defend. You're playing Mahomes, man. I'm Chiefs, get me? Like, I want him to win one, but not at the detriment of my team.
Yeah, of course not.
We know how hard it is to win, and everyone can see it. The last 2 Super Bowls that we discussed in our Super Bowl episode, the Chiefs haven't been favourites.
No.
And then they've won.
That's the thing.
Have to beat the man to beat the man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just Lamar has now joined Burrow and Josh Allen in that conversation for like their tier of quarterbacks, and I was like, bro, Lamar's been in that conversation.
Honestly, if we're being very honest, Lamar's achieved more than every quarterback in the NFL, apart from Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And of the new crop, he's achieved more than everyone apart from Patrick Mahomes.
It's only because Joe Burrow's got to the Super Bowl. That's why they're this.
But what's getting to the Super Bowl and losing?
Yeah, that's true.
Birdie's got to the Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah.
I know people ain't got him in no top 10 of quarterbacks in the NFL.
No, definitely not. Obviously, Joe Burrow is better.
Yeah, I know, I understand.
Ability, but I hear what you're saying.
You get what I mean? So
it's just
and if say Lamar got here and then lost to the 49ers, what would the conversation be?
Yeah.
You can't get it done again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be you can't get it done until you do get it done. And the story with Peyton Manning was the same. He couldn't get it done until he did get it done. And then even when he did get it done, they were still saying he can't get it done.
Yeah.
So if that's going to be the narrative the whole time.
It has to apply for every single quarterback then.
Exactly.
That's not named Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. That's the only person that's out of this conversation. He's far and away. He's there. Everyone else is on their own journey. His journey is different to everyone else's. But at the same time, you can't have one narrative for one quarterback and then for the other 31 have a completely different narrative.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. And we said this before the season started when at the time when Lamar hadn't signed the extension.
Exactly.
I was like, when people didn't have him in top fives.
Yeah.
Then, and I'm like, bro, you lot are taking a piss. I'm like, just because the last 2 years he's got injured. When he got injured, they were one of the years they were actually leading the whole AFC.
Yes.
Another year they were leading their division. So the year that the Bengals got to the Super Bowl, they might not have got there
if he was fit.
And then last season, the Bengals only beat the Ravens when
the turnover.
And Tyler Huntley was playing that.
And
game.
Tyler Huntley was dominating the Bengals at the time.
So, I mean, I just want that AFC North fully healthy. I don't want no excuses from any side. Give me a very good Deshaun Watson again, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and obviously the Steelers. They just stay in it because of their defense.
Just bring someone. Just get a quarterback. Sign somebody. Russell Wilson. Sign him.
It's true, you know. But yeah, like just the Lamar. We spoke about it time and time again. The disrespect. I'm like, bro, it's just. Obviously, his playoff resume is not great, but even leading the regular season is harder.
Exactly.
Because it's a longer
period of time.
Exactly.
And you're playing to get in the playoffs. So
exactly.
You have to be there to even lose. You have to be there first, you know. You have to get your team there to lose.
Yeah.
Certain people can never get their team there to even lose the game.
Mate.
So how can you put someone in a position of, oh, yeah, you're on this level or you're around this level if you haven't even been there? That's my thing with it. But
and then, like, they will speak on, like, for instance, Joe Burrow. I don't even know why. I feel like I'm going at him. I love Joe Burrow. Yeah. His name's Joe, first of all. Great name. You get me? He seems like a great guy as well. So, Joey Burrow, you get me?
Yeah.
Even with the Chiefs matchup, I was reposting one of his posts, like, beforehand, and I never do that for the ops. But it looked cold, didn't it? You get me? And I think in all his playoff games, he's not scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter in every single playoff game.
See, so
the Bengals, every time, the last year getting to the AFC Championship game, and then the year before them getting to the Super Bowl is because their defense caught fire.
Yes.
their defense caught fire at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, don't get me wrong. He played good enough.
Yeah, but he didn't play. But
he wasn't clutch.
No,
none of those games.
He wasn't what everyone's saying he was.
Yes,
you get what I mean. You know, don't tell us something that we can see.
Yeah. Like he's the next Brady. Like
that's Skip Bayless. Yeah, that's his favorite line for that one.
But no one told Skip that, bro. He's not got a fourth quarter touchdown.
Yep.
Whereas if he had, he'd be banging on about his last minute drives because we've seen him do it with Tom Brady and all that stuff. So it's like, bro.
And the injury prone thing they like to use with Lamar.
Joe Burrow's more injury prone.
This is the thing. Lamar's only been injured at the back end of the seasons. And he also didn't have a contract for him to be playing.
Yeah. If he had a contract last season, he was playing. Come back. Even if they weren't 100%.
He's playing. But if you don't have a contract and you want to risk your body, no. You don't. No, sorry, we don't do that around here.
Many athletes in America, well, a few in general, that have risked playing and not got paid or whatever, or even whether it's injury or not, it just hasn't worked out.
Yep.
Like, or them rejecting a contract thinking they're going to get a better one.
And they don't.
Dennis Schroeder comes to mind. Not even a shot at Dennis Schroeder, but it comes to mind. Like, he knows he should have taken that $80 million that the Lakers offered him.
Because he's chasing it now and he's everywhere. He got traded the other day.
He had $80 million 4 years in his bag.
Yeah.
And he said no.
You take the $20 million a year and you live and laugh about it.
So,
but he thought he was better than he was. In some circumstances, I understand.
Yeah, no, I get it as well.
Yeah, I understand.
Get it as well. When you just look back in hindsight, you just feel like, and with him then, like if he got that, he knew he's a Lakers starting point guard at the time.
Yes,
because he's now come back to the Lakers.
Yeah,
and he's working his way back. Obviously, he's not there now, but last season he became a key player coming off the bench.
Yes,
whereas he would have had that stability once he had that contract. So. But yeah, like Lamar, obvious reasons as to why he did not finish off last season or come back from injury as soon as they wanted him. But quick fire. We briefly discussed it on the Super Bowl special. Your top 5 quarterbacks, AFC, and then top 5 quarters, NFC in order.
Can I just do top 5 quarterbacks, NFL? You want AFC, so you want top 5 and top 5?
Yeah, go on.
So we got
because I know your top 2 AFC definitely.
Yeah, Mahomes, Lamar.
Go on.
Yeah, Mahomes, Lamar.
I knew that.
Burrow, Josh Allen. Oh, CJ Stroud.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Cool. NFC. Obviously, they're not as
Matt Stafford.
Yep.
Can I include Aaron Rodgers in this?
No, he's
AFC. My brain.
Shit. Oh yeah. And he's gonna be healthy. Sheesh.
Okay.
Ooh.
He don't count for now. He didn't play this. This is
All right, cool.
So Matt Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. This is where it's difficult for me. Jared Goff. I don't want to put this guy in there because he had a good year this year.
Who am I thinking?
He had a good year this year.
Baker?
Yeah.
I like Baker.
Yeah, he had a good year.
I like his mentality, man.
But I don't.
Shake and bake, baby.
I don't think I want to put Baker in there. No, I'll give the 5th. No, let me give Baker Mayfield.
Not Brock Purdy.
Nah, not Brock. I was thinking about Brock Purdy the whole time, but I just feel like if you put any of those 5 quarterbacks I've named on the 49ers, their team is a hell of a lot better.
I wouldn't even say a hell of a lot better.
But it works. I feel like they all have another dimension to them in terms of maybe a stronger arm than Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts with the running game. Matt Stafford is one of the best arms in the NFL.
NFL history.
Yeah.
Arm talent wise.
Jared Goff just in the pocket, doesn't really get flustered too much. Been to the Super Bowl. Yeah, so those would be my top 5 and 5 on each side.
Okay.
Yours?
Obviously Patty Mahomes number 1 in the AFC. We'll do AFC first. Lamar Jackson 2. Josh Allen 3. And I always used to put Joe Burrow 2nd. But it's also an update resume kind of thing. He's been injured, and I just feel like Lamar and Josh Allen carry their teams a bit more.
Yeah.
Like they're near enough the system. That's why I think Josh Allen gets a lot of leeway because of his percentage of how much he carries the team, which I slightly get. I just feel like they have wanted to put him on the pedestal of being the top. From when Madden made him the cover last year, you could tell stuff like that. But top three: Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and then when we done our special, I said CJ Stroud. Then I think yesterday or whatever after, I was thinking, I was like, Justin Herbert.
See,
I was like, am I really gonna give CJ Stroud that now?
I'm giving it to CJ Stroud because Justin Herbert. I'm gonna do an updated resume, so I'm going
okay,
season.
That's fair. That's fair.
Even if I'm going all the time, I'm giving it to CJ Stroud just because of Justin Herbert. For me, he's got all the talent in the world, but I don't see it enough.
It's a massive year for him. Massive year for him because he also got paid last summer.
Yep,
that's the thing. A lot of the quarterbacks got paid.
And everyone forgets that he got paid.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Cool. No, do you know what? I'm with you. CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud, number 5. Justin Herbert, ability-wise, he should be there.
But it's just the play.
We'll see because he's got a
real
coach
offensive
quarterback whisperer.
Yep.
So, like you said, big year. What I said, but big year for Herbert. Top 5 AFC. That's sorted. NFC, Matt Stafford. NFC's harder because I feel like the level that they're at is so interchangeable between them. But it can be like that in the AFC, but the AFC, they're just slightly better.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their interchangeability. Matt Stafford, I'll give it to Jalen Hurts because he got to the Super Bowl last year and how he played.
That's why I gave it to him.
Yeah, and this year you could see he wasn't 100% healthy. Dak, but I'm conflicted because I like Dak.
Yes.
But I think he limits himself.
Yes. He can do more. I feel like he can do a lot more. And I feel like the turnover, like he needs to, in situations, start trying to manage the game instead of trying to win or change the game all the time. Sometimes just throw it to that wide open receiver. Don't always go for the big play.
But that's what we're talking about Mahomes. Like the second downs, he'll go for the short field just to make sure that extra plays there. So who have I gone? Stafford, Hurts, Dak. I'm gonna put Purdy in this.
Okay, because he got to the Super Bowl.
Oh, who have I forgot? Sorry, Stafford. In terms of my preference, Stafford. I'm gonna do Jordan Love because he got to the Super Bowl. Not Jordan Love, sorry, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But Jordan Love's next for me.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It does make sense.
3, Dak 4th, Purdy 5th in the NFC.
Okay, so no Jared Goff.
No. So Stafford, Hurts, Jordan Love, Dak, and Purdy.
Okay.
I feel like Purdy. I just feel like he reads the game slightly better than the other quarterbacks. He's not as talented as them.
Right.
But I think he reads the game better. And, boy, obviously, as much as the weapons he's got around him, he's throwing them the ball.
Yes. It is true. The ball's always in his hands.
He had like the most 20-yard plus throws this season or in window throws and stuff like that. Bro, like, you got to give the young, I was going to say kid, but the young man needs credit, innit? Second year in NFL, has gone to 2 championship games, no matter the roster.
Yeah.
This season, in the regular season, he led statistically quarterback stats in a lot.
Yeah, no, it's true. You're not wrong.
He showed spirit in the playoff games that they were losing, that he wasn't playing well. Like, I've seen something, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and this is where I say it's like interchangeable. Like, where I say Dak limits himself, I don't think Purdy limits himself in that way. Dak's more talented.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Purdy uses all of his talent and more, whereas Dak uses just his talent.
And it feels like Purdy's starting to figure things out slightly.
Yes.
Like in game, playoffs, he showed he can use his legs effectively. It's not that he was slow before or anything, but he knows how to actually scramble well.
Yeah, get out of certain situations.
Yeah, so it's just like, obviously, after the first quarter, he wasn't as efficient throwing the ball and stuff like that. But like I said, I feel a lot of the quarterbacks in the NFC, because they're at that good level, it's just boom. But for me, Jordan Love can go and take it to another level.
Yeah,
because the Packers, they've got the youngest. Well, they had the youngest team in the NFL,
and after they could have also beat the 49ers.
It should have probably been them. They've got a very good young receiving core who started to show out in the playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
You saw them drop 48 on the Cowboys.
Yep.
Even though 41 from offense and then the pick 6.
Yep.
But bro, like 27 first, bro, they got firepower that.
Yeah.
And they've got a quarterback that was looking like Aaron Rodgers at certain moments. So
yeah.
But yeah, obviously briefly we'll touch up on Rodgers. I'm looking forward to see what he does because we were all looking forward to it this season. Unfortunately, after 4 minutes or whatever, Achilles.
It was first
or
four plays. Yeah.
Achilles goes. Sorry, NFC. I need to rejig. Another one that done the Achilles. Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry. He's another one that gets disrespected.
Yeah, he does. He does. He really gets disrespected.
All right, Purdy, you're out. Kirk Cousins is in. Kirk Cousins, I gotta flip that shit. Sorry. So my NFC top 5.
Kirk Cousins,
oh my gosh,
kicked out Brock Purdy. Yeah, go on. Do your top 5.
My NFC top 5 is Stafford.
Hurts.
Oh, it's even tough now. It's tough. I really like Kirk Cousins. Obviously, he just big games is his thing, innit? But like, he's another one that gets his receivers paid.
He does. He gets himself paid, but he gets himself paid. Yeah.
And there's obviously potential talk, because Shanahan had him as an OC in Washington or whatever, that 49ers might have gone for him, etc. All that talk, but and obviously I liked him on quarterback as well, the series.
Yeah.
So. All right, quickly. Sorry, I'm taking long. NFC, Stafford, Hurts, Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins, Dak.
Okay. So you're going Kirk Cousins before that?
Yeah.
Well, you can't really argue.
I feel like they're basically the same.
Yeah,
they're interchangeable.
Yeah, it's always a big game problem for both of them.
Yeah, and I just feel like Cousins, majority of the times, has better excuses than that. That's the only way I can judge it.
He doesn't have as good as a team. He's never been on a good as a team.
He might have a good offense, but
the defense are the same.
So like even when they finished 13-3 2 years ago, obviously they lost to the Giants.
It felt false.
But it did feel false because I think most of their games were all 1-score games, if not all. Mm-hmm. But Justin Jefferson put up crazy numbers. And like we said, sorry, Paddy. You just got to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna have to. I'm probably. Alright, let's redo this in the summer.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, redo it again before the season. Yeah.
And we'll definitely do it before the season. But I know that one's gonna change because I'm gonna go back after tonight and be thinking, shit, did I put the right person or not? So but anything else to touch up on from your side or
on the NFL? Aaron Rodgers. Who was Aaron Rodgers? Just seeing his comeback. Wanting him, what we're gonna see from him. Obviously, I feel like the Jets had a real topsy-turvy year. Quarterback changes all over the place. No stability really in terms of what was going on in the organization. So I feel like this upcoming year is a very key for them because I feel like
and for him because defensively they showed they could stay in. They've got a good defense, very good defense. There were some games they obviously got blown out, but that's gonna happen when your offense is so shit.
Right. Because they're always defense, were always on the field. So I just feel like Aaron Rodgers being the man that he is and wanting to prove a point, I feel like he's going to come back and really, really put the NFL on notice this year. And I want to see what he can do in that conference because...
him v Josh Allen.
Yeah.
V Tua.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins, they've got a very good team as well.
Exactly. So I really want to see what he can do in that conference. And obviously it's Aaron Rodgers. He thinks he's the best.
Yep.
And he carries himself that way. So we'll see what he can produce. And boy, it's going to be an NFL season to
look forward to.
Yeah, everyone fit and healthy.
God willing, everyone's fit and healthy. That's what you want. See the best against the best.
That's it.
Obviously, he's in the major capital, like you said, New York. So that New York pressure is going to be even tenfold.
Yeah.
And who's the receiver? Jets receiver. Young
Sauce.
No, he's cornerback. I've been thinking of Sauce all this time.
Brain has died.
Mine is as well.
Yeah.
Number 17. What's his name?
Brain is completely
I was going to say Walker, but it's not Walker. Oh, why am I forgetting his name? This is bugging me.
Yeah, Brain has died.
No, I need to actually get this up. Jets wide receiver. Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was thinking W. Yeah, Wilson. Obviously to see how because there was reports that last summer him and Aaron Rodgers linked up really well in training camp. He could be his new Devontae Adams. Obviously, Rodgers brought a couple of his friends over.
Yeah, he did.
He probably can give Alan Lazard. He knows how to find them, so he knows he's...
Lazard should have a better year.
Exactly. If they get one or two more pieces, who knows? They could.
Yeah.
That division should be a very good division from Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers versus Tua.
Yep.
AKA Miami / Tyreek Hill. And then, so we've got some interesting internal battles first before they overcome the conference. Get to the playoffs and stuff like that. Because unfortunately, a good team will most likely miss out.
Yeah, definitely this year.
And we saw what Cleveland done without 4 quarterbacks throughout the season.
Yeah, so and settling on Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
People even asking the question at the time, is Joe Flacco going to be the starter now because of how well he was playing? I think after the playoffs, they realized, this is why he can't be. But
he won comeback player of the year, actually, NFL awards. So, it's gonna already look. I'm pissed the season's done.
Yeah,
looking forward to the new NFL season already. Obviously, we've got the draft to come in April.
Yep.
And it seems like there's a good quarterback class coming from there.
Yep.
And some good talented players. You got Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver, who could possibly be the number 1 pick.
Yeah. Caleb.
Yeah. But Caleb supposedly doesn't want to go to Chicago.
Yeah, so this is the problem. What
they might
Chicago
have to
going to do with
Washington, for instance. And then I want him to go to Washington to go NFC side.
Yeah.
Bring up the standard if he's going to be as good as he's projected to be as well.
Right.
As well as some of the other quarterbacks. But, Chicago, me personally, I think they should keep Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think they should.
Because he's put up with their shit show as much as people like to get at him.
Yeah. If not, though, trade him to Atlanta.
He's got real talent.
Yeah.
So, and he started to have a really good connection with DJ Moore.
Yes.
So you can see that. So, they can literally trade Caleb or trade that pick, get very good draft picks, build your squad with that.
Yeah, you need to build your squad.
You can fleece that number 1 draft pick. So.
You can really, really build your squad with that. And that's what I think they should do. But it's Chicago. The organization's a mess.
Yeah.
So they'll probably go and just draft him.
Because they might feel, if they missed, could they have got Bryce Young last year? I feel like they traded the number 1 pick, didn't they? Yeah. So they might feel like they don't want to make that mistake twice.
Yeah.
And get killed by it. But, mate, Fields is trying to build.
Yeah.
And you can see it this year. And talent and ability wise, he could easily be a top 5 NFC quarterback.
Yep.
The best scrambling runner. Like, obviously, Lamar's the smoothest. Like, do you know what I mean? But Fields gets the yards now again. So, and he's got a cannon of an arm when he uses it. So, the talent's there, man. Just got to get the right personnel and the right coaching.
That's the problem. That is the problem. And people blame it on the players, but sometimes it's the coaching in the building that's not correct for the players. And that's like the mainstay.
Didn't Fields call out his coach and stuff? Or not call out, but indirect offense kind of.
Yeah.
Just like,
in some form of way, said something.
Yeah. So, no, looking forward to it. But obviously, once the All-Star break's done, going back to NBA, that's when the NBA really kicks off.
Yep.
Let's just say this time next week, then boom. Because I think teams they're in the 50s of the games that they play. So
the last 30 games is real.
Trade deadline's done. Yeah. It's what you got now.
You kind of know what you are, and you're now all guns blazing, ready to go.
Because right now in the West, the Lakers and the Warriors are playing each other in the play-in.
Yep.
And their record's still a couple games off 8th seed. So
yeah, and you don't really want the play-in anymore.
Yeah.
Me as a Warriors fan, I don't want to see the play-in again.
Me as a LeBron fan, I don't want to, even though they've won the last 2 years. Just like,
it's just too much. It's just too much headache. Let's just be in the playoffs, happily, comfortably, and. But
in the West, if you start off so bad, it's peak.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's real peak. That first to 6 or whatever spot. Mate. Whereas the Celtics, they got a nice gap in the East. The other teams in the East, they can just maintain. Then there'll be like one Atlanta that done a late drive last season and got in. So yes, we're looking forward to the NFL draft, everything.
Yes.
And obviously crunch time Premier League, so we've got a lot of Premier League and football content and conversations to be had.
Yes.
Champions League obviously resumed this week.
Yes, it did.
So we'll see what you goons can do in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
De Bruyne is back.
Yeah.
In a strong way.
Mate.
Don't want everyone to be seeing that as an Arsenal fan, but you know, as a football fan, we do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Especially whilst my team's just in the background.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know what? Let the best players perform. Let them do their thing. I think Salah will be back for Liverpool soon.
Yep. Yeah.
Trent, I believe, is out.
Yes, he's injured with something. I don't know what it is.
And I think I saw something today that he'd be... It was just a tweet about he's like the most forward passes in the league this season or top end of the field. Then it was like, oh, but he'll be out for a while or something like that. I think it was one stat page. So
one thing about Liverpool, though, they produce fullbacks.
And their team just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even though he's their system of going forward,
they'll figure out a way.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's the business end of the football season is soon upon us.
Yeah.
And like I said, there will be conversations to be had. Get me? But yeah, we can wrap it up now.
No, we
get
can't.
me?
Song of the week.
I always do. I do this like 80% of the time when I try to wrap up and forget song of the week.
Yeah, song of the week. Last segment we got.
I've been listening to Usher since the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be any of it.
Any song.
Yeah, literally. It's been These Are My Confessions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even a great singer, but fucking yeah. Or there was another song I was just spinning back the other day. Got me Spotify.
What, Superstar?
Nah, just going through. What was I listening to? This is Usher playlist.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Nice and Slow.
Ooh,
yeah. Superstar. I was listening to that, but it was Nice and Slow. And actually,
I'm in my drop top. That's my initiation song all the time.
Is it?
Football, yeah.
Yeah, it was that song then, yeah. But quickly on the music one, after now listen to a playlist that my colleague made me of Taylor Swift, because a couple weeks ago, it might have been before the Ravens game.
Mm-hmm.
Or Bills game, before the Ravens game, maybe I think just after we beat the Bills. But I said if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, I'll listen to Taylor because she's a big Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the Taylor Swift connection with the Chiefs.
Yes.
I was like, you can either send me your album or make me a playlist, and she sent me the playlist yesterday.
So you have
I have to
to
listen to Taylor Swift.
Jesus, all the best.
I was like, God damn it!
All the best.
I must have been feeling down about the Chiefs that they're thinking they're not gonna do it. But
all the best.
Yeah, but yeah, what's your song of the week?
It's also an Usher song.
Okay.
But it's off of the new album. Because he's got a new album called Coming Home. Mm-hmm. I don't really like it, I'll be honest. Yeah.
I think you might have said that to me. Yeah.
I don't really like it. But there's one song on it that I do like, and it's called Risk It All.
Mm-hmm.
Usher and Her. And I've been playing that. So Usher always give me one. He always give me 1 to 3 songs I do enjoy on the album. Usually, he used to give me the whole album I used to enjoy, but as he's getting older and he's just enjoying headbutting and shouldering Nicki Minaj on stage. Yeah, Risk It All, Usher and Her. That's my song of the week.
Sweet. Hopefully, obviously, Usher just announced his US tour dates.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, he can announce
UK.
Because actually, like I said on Super Bowl special, like, bro, man will go, bruv. You get me? Like, I want to sing.
Yeah, boy.
I want to sing my heart out to some bangers, you get me? And, like, I know I'll just enjoy it just from watching the Super Bowl and watching his performances in general and seeing how he's been for 20 years of my life, etc. As an artist. So yeah, Usher, do not forget us.
Please don't.
But yeah, I can definitely wrap it up now.
Yes, you
can.
Yes,
I can. Song of the guys, I do this like I said, so many episodes. Song of the week, I forget. But obviously, hopefully, Deji is back with us next week, and we shall provide some great content for you guys as usual. You get me? But yeah, like Deji likes to say, and he's not here, tell a friend to tell a friend. And Jacob,
like and subscribe.
Thank you very much. God bless people. Thank you for all the support as usual. Reposts, likes, comments, etc. Keep them coming. Keep these comments, conversations, topics, whatever. Throw them our way and we'll try and address it here. But yeah, Joe signing out.
Jacob signing out.
Peace.
Take care of yourselves. Thank you for listening.